the era of Nebuchadnezzar. He was in the era of Belshazzar. And then he was in the era of Darius. Darius was under the Persian government empire. Bless his holy name. How many know that history has a way to repeat itself? And how many know that even through the line of history, Bible was fulfilling? Now, people talk about history and they separate it from biblical, from the Bible. But did you know Yah is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore? If he's working in this day, he was working in Abraham Lincoln's day, he was working in Martin Luther King day, he was working in Abraham day and Moses day. He's the same Yah. And if he was given revelation then, how many know that he still gives revelation? How can you excuse when Yah is speaking? So it goes on to talk about that it was the king. The ram was soon later representing the Medo-Persians, and this is in verse 20, and it has two horns. The first horn would be, I'm going to get through this real quick, would be Media, and the second would be Persia. So it was two kingdoms that was combined. You will appreciate this history. It's some nuggets for you before we go into our words. Is that okay? Hallelujah. Coming later than the first and being more powerful, the direction which these kings extended their dominion is revealed in verse 4 and confirmed by history. Hallelujah. Verse 4 describes the power given to the ram, enabling him to dominate the nations. And so that first horn and the ram didn't have much power. The beast could withstand the ram, and no one was able to rescue peoples from him. He could do as he pleased. In the process, the kings became arrogant, magnifying themselves. These same characteristics apply both to the goat and to the horn. So this thing is growing. It's magnifying itself in power and in strength, and it's growing. And then it says that these same characteristics apply both to the goat and the horn. From the first 5 chapters of Daniel, we see some of the same characteristics in Nebuchadnezzar and in Belshazzar. I wonder, do you see those characteristics in the political leaders of the world today and of the nations today? Pride avails. It goes forward. Pride continue to grow. Pride continue to expand. Pride, the more you get, the more you want, the more money you attain, the more money you want. Dog eat dog, and you'll kill the next person to get to the top of the ladder. Hallelujah. And we still see the spirit of pride even in this era. In Daniel the 8th chapter, beginning at the first verse, it says, while he was yet observing, behold, a male goat was coming from the west over the surface of the whole earth without touching the ground. And the goat, we talk about the ram and the goat, but the goat had a conspicuous horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram and had the 2 horns, which I had been standing in front of the canal. Mind you, he is still in front of the canal. And it rushed at him in his mighty wrath. And I saw him some beside the ram and was enraged at him. And he struck the ram and shattered the 2 horns. And the ram had no strength to withstand him. So he hurled him to the ground and trampled on him. And there was none to rescue the ram from his power. We talk about the ram and the goat. Then the male goat magnified himself. You're going to find out later what we're talking about. Magnified himself exceedingly. But as soon as he was mighty, the large horn was broken, and its place there came up 4 conspicuous horns toward the 4 winds of heaven. Somebody said 4 winds of heaven. 4 winds of heaven. There was a time when it could do as it wished, when no one could rescue from his power. And then the Medo-Persian kingdom has served its purpose. It was overcome by Greece. Y'all remember Greece in your history? Alexander the Great. It said he came swiftly. Hallelujah. And he conquered. His conquest was very quick. Hallelujah. And it represents in Daniel's vision by the male goat. If you look in the 21st verse, this goat had only 1 horn rather than 2 horns. Hallelujah. And it is generally agreed that this horn represented Alexander the Great. Coming from the west with a vengeance, he attacked the ram, Medo-Persia, striking the death blow to the kingdom which had been instrumental in the return of the Jews to the land and in the rebuilding of their temple. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We don't only want our temple to be cleansed and purified and purged, but we need him to fortify it. Come on. We need him to rebuild as well. The goal is now the dominant world power from whose grasp none can be delivered. Like the ram before him, he magnified himself exceedingly. And with power he came pride and oppression. Coming at early demise at the pinnacle of his power, his horn was broken. In verse 8, although it took a number of years, eventually 4 kings rose to take control of his empire. Hallelujah. Am I boring y'all today? In the 8th chapter, 8 through 14, it says, and out of the one, them came forth a rather small horn, which grew exceedingly great toward the south, toward the east, toward the beautiful land. And it grew up to the host of heaven. And he caused some of the hosts and some of the stars to fall to the earth. And it trampled them down. And it even magnified itself to be equal with the commander of the hosts. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yes. And it removed the regular sacrifice. Be careful how the enemy tries to change your order of sacrifice. And from him and the place of his sanctuary, it was thrown down. And on the account of the transgression, the host will be given over to the horn along with the regular sacrifice. And it will fling truth to the ground. And it will perform its will, and it will prosper. And then I heard a Holy One speaking, and the Holy One said, the particular one who was speaking, how long will the vision about the regular sacrifice apply? Yes, sir. And while the transgression